Hi lovelies, and you welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys on how to cut this beautiful flare short pants. If you are new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're my old subscriber, you're welcome back. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share. And without any further ado, let's get started with the video. So the first thing we'll be needing is our tape rule. Without it we cannot do anything. And our master ruler, pair of scissors and also a mark pen. Also our pattern paper that we'll be using to draft this pattern. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to measure 3 inches like you see me so. And before we start anything, I would like to tell you guys that this is a flare pant and it's a cut together pant. It is cut together with the back and the front together. I hope you guys understand what I am trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we'll be cutting the front and the back together. So now to cut the front, I measure 3 inches for the front, and then for the back I'll be working with 4 inches. If you are more of a smaller person, you can do 3.5 or 3.75. But because I am quite a little bit big, I will not say big, I'll be using 4 inches for my back measurement like you see me do. So this measurement is for size 10. So I'm working this pattern for size 10 if that is thicken. And for better understanding, I'm just going to label it the back and the front. The front is with 3 inches, while the back is with 4 inches measurement. So with that being said and done, what I'll be doing next is to measure out my waist measurement divided by 3. I'll measure my waist measurement divided by 3 inches. And I'll start the measurement from where the 4 inches and the 3 inches point meet. That is where I will start to measure my waist measurement. And my waist measurement is 11.5. This is just like you're finding the radius of a skirt when you want to take a flared, or the waist when you want to cut out a flare. So the radius of this flared pants is my waist measurement divided by 3, which is 11.5. Sorry. So I'm going to connect that 11.5 points together. So I finished measuring out my waist radius like you see me do. And to get the radius, you have to divide your waist measurements divided by 3 inches. So that is how we are going to be cutting our radius, or that is how we find our radius for this flare pant. And the next thing we are going to be doing is I'm just re-explaining what I did, or how I got the waist radius. I'm just explaining it further so that you guys can understand much more better. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to measure out my crouch measurement. To get my crouch measurement, I'll be dividing my hip measurement divided by 4, which gives me 10 inches. So now my crouch measurement is now 10 inches. I'll be extending the 3 inches line all the way to the fresh pattern paper line, like you see me do here. So after that, I'm just going to measure my crouch measurement, which is 10. And I'm also going to be squaring it out like you see me do. So after that, I'm going to connect my crouch to my front crouch. I'm going to be connecting my front crouch. finish tracing out or connecting my front crouch, the next thing I will be doing is to go to the back and also do whatever I am doing for the front. I'll make sure I'm doing it for the back as well. I'll be measuring my crouch measurement for the back as well, and I'm also going to be connecting it. So I finished connecting it, and the next step or the next thing I'll be doing is to measure what I am having at my waist, and then I'll divide it into two. I'll take the midpoint for the waist radius. I'll be taking my midpoint. So in order to do that, I divide what I am having at the waist divided by 2, which is 9 inches. I'm having 18 inches in total. So I divide that 18 divided by 2, which gives me 9. So that 9 is where our midpoint is. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to measure the length I'll be using for this pant. And the length I'll be working with for this pant is 15 inches. So whatever I measure at the front, I'll make sure I measure the same thing at the back so that you won't run into any problem or you won't short in any measurement. So I also make sure I mark that 15 inches length for at the midpoint of the pant as well. So after that, I'm just going to join all the points together. But before I join the points together, let me quickly re-explain it because I can find out that it does not show when the camera was not able to camera everything when I was taking the length. So I'm just cross-checking the length, and this is the length, and I'm just going to join all the points together. Starting from the back, I'll join the point of the length together. So I finished joining the points and taking out my length, and I'm just labeling it the pant length. The pant length. So now, if you finally get to this, congratulations, we are just a little bit through. It's just remain a little bit before we close this tutorial. So again, if you can check this thumbnail or this picture right here, you see that there is no dart for this pants. And the only thing I will be doing is to come down at the front by 7.5 inches, 7.25. And then for the front, for the back, our back is normally longer than the front. Our trouser or our pants, normally the back is longer than the front. So for the back, I measure 1 inches upward, and for the front, I go down by 7.25 at the front, and then I connect it to the midpoint to form our new waistline. Our front is somehow curvy, like the front is somehow curvy, so that's the main reason why I came down by 7.5 inches at the front, and the back is higher than the front in order for our butt to be contained inside the pants. So I step up by 1 inches, then I connect it to the midpoint. And in order for me not to be short of measurement, I just measure what I am having so that I can be on the safer side. So that is that for the front and back measurement. Now, this is totally optional. If you decide that you want to add pockets to yours, you can continue with this step that I'm taking, because I want to have pockets at the side of my pants. I'm going to be dividing this into two and then join it with my pocket. But if you are not going to be adding any pockets, you can just go ahead and cut it out at this point. But as for me, I'll be adding pockets to my own. So I'll be cutting the middle out. I'll be separating the front and the back. Having at the end of the day. Again, if you want to have pockets at the side of this pants, you are going to cut it at the midpoint. But if you are not going to be having any pocket, you can just go ahead and cut two pieces of this pattern and then join it at the center together like so, and you are good to go. But as for me, I'll be adding pockets like I told you earlier. So I found out that the pattern paper I added was moving all around. So the best thing I'm going to be doing is to secure it with a tape so that it won't be moving around when I am cutting out it on the fabric. When I'm cutting it on the fabric, so it won't be moving all around. So that's the main reason why I'm securing it with tape. So in order to get the appropriate midpoint of this trouser, or sorry, of this pant, you have to use the down part of the pants. You have to use the down part to get the actual midpoint. You know the front and the back are not equal at the waist. So you going to be using the down part to get to the middle of the pant before cutting it out. For those of us that want to have pockets, that's what I'm trying to say. You just have to use the down part of this pant to get the middle of the pant, and then you are going to be cutting it out. So this is the front, and I've separated the front from the back. I'm just going to be putting it down that this is the front so that I won't get it mixed up when I am cutting it out on the fabric. So now this is the pattern, and we are going to be testing this pattern out on a fabric so that you can see what we are having. So this is the fabric I'll be using for this pattern. I'm going to set it aside now, fold it, then I'm going to be cutting it out. So I finished cutting the back. I'll set the back aside, then I'll cut the front. After cutting the front, I'll take it to my sewing machine, couple it together, then come back to show you guys what I am having at the end of the day. So guys, this is what I am having after I join everything together, and we've come to the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoy, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment and share. And with that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.